Hey there, Loot Now crew, ready for a fresh batch of free play? Today, we're diving into the newest free titles on Steam. Without further ado, let's get into it.
So for example,
Layla's 21 game turns a simple counting ritual into a mental chess match. The premise is almost childlike. You and Layla take turns saying 1 to 3 numbers, and whoever says 21 loses. But the twist is that you're not just counting. You're outmaneuvering her in real time, and every move feels like a micro-strategy. The interface is minimal, a single button spacebar that you press when it's your turn. No flashy HUD, no dialogue options that could break the flow. Just numbers scrolling up the screen, and you're left to decide whether to say 1, 2, or 3. The real challenge is learning the pattern. If you can force Layla into a position where she has to say 21, you win, and you unlock an achievement that feels oddly satisfying. It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest games test the sharpest minds. The soundtrack is intentionally low-key, keeping the focus on the numbers. Layla herself is the perfect antagonist. She's annoying, but not cruel, and her voice adds a layer of personality to the otherwise sterile game. There's also a donation DLC that lets you take Layla to new locations, giving the game a tiny bit more depth if you're into that. Overall, 21 is a brief but clever exercise in timing and prediction. If you're looking for a quick brain teaser that feels like a conversation with a quirky friend, this is the game for you.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Of magic.
The Tale of Oath drops you into a world where ancient magic is on the brink of collapse. From the moment you step through the gates of the Citadel, you feel the pulse of a land that's both beautiful and fragile. The game's third-person perspective keeps you close to the action, while the atmospheric soundtrack swells whenever you cast a spell or uncover a hidden path. What sets this prototype apart is its dual-purpose magic system. Every spell you learn isn't just a tool for combat. It's a key to unlocking doors, activating platforms, or purifying corrupted druid altars. This layered approach turns every encounter into a puzzle, keeping the gameplay fresh as you weave through ancient temples and elemental arenas. The narrative is tight and engaging. You follow a Citadel outsider who must restore balance to the Tree of Life, rescuing imprisoned druids and confronting the Blood Druid in a climactic showdown. The story feels earned, not just told through cutscenes. Each quest feels like a chapter in a larger myth, and the world's branching temples give a sense of exploration that rewards curiosity. Visually, the game shines. Handcrafted VFX and immersive level design make every environment feel alive, from mist-shrouded forests to sun-bleached ruins. Developed in Unity 6 with the Penguin Action Toolkit, the prototype showcases polished mechanics and smooth controller support. In short, The Tale of Oath is a breath of fresh air in the action-adventure genre. It's a testament to what passionate students can achieve, delivering a compelling mix of magic, puzzle-solving, and storytelling that will keep you hooked until the very last spell. Neural Tanks throws you into the heat of third-person tank combat, but it's the AI that really keeps you on your toes. Each enemy tank isn't just a scripted foe. They learn from every encounter, adapting their tactics and becoming faster, smarter, and deadlier as the match goes on. It feels like you're fighting a living, evolving adversary instead of a set of preset patterns. The story is oddly charming. A mad scientist named Sassy Sam unleashes a rogue AI into the world, and it's up to you to stop him before the battlefield turns into a chaos carnival. The narrative tone is playful, and that's mirrored in the upgrade system. You'll find everything from practical gear, camouflage, reinforced armor, better cannons, to outright silly cosmetics like tank boobs and tank nuts. Those quirky items add a touch of personality and a good laugh when you're dodging a barrage of fire. Gameplay is tight. The controls feel responsive, and the third-person view gives you a clear sense of space, making it easy to spot those adaptive enemies. As the AI ramps up, you'll need to keep your wits about you, switching between upgrades and tactics. The learning curve is forgiving at first, but then rewards strategic thinking as the enemy tanks get smarter. In short, Neural Tanks blend solid tank combat mechanics with a unique AI system that evolves on the fly, all wrapped in a tongue-in-cheek presentation that keeps the tension light. If you're into strategy, quick reflexes, and a dash of humor, this game delivers a fresh take on the genre. Welcome to the review of Champions of the Cosmos, a retro-style sci-fi RTS that feels like a love letter to 80s action figures, comics, and movies. From the get-go, the game throws you into a universe where you can be either a beacon of light or a harbinger of darkness, each side bringing its own lineup of heroes and unique mechanics. The heart of the game is the terraforming system. With the rare Orteranium, you can raise hills, create mountains, or open the earth to hurl enemies into the planet's core. It's a fun, strategic layer that rewards creative map control. For those who dig deeper, the Terranium Laboratory lets you research new abilities, adding depth beyond the initial slice. Voice acting is spot on for every unit, giving each side a distinct personality. The game offers 3 modes: a tutorial that walks you through the basics, a narrative-driven campaign that fleshes out the lore, and a skirmish mode with 3 distinct maps to test your skills against AI. Because it was built in just 4 months as a vertical slice, there are a few rough edges, some balance tweaks still needed, and the AI can feel a bit predictable at times. But the core mechanics are solid, the aesthetic is charming, and the idea of reshaping the battlefield in real time is a fresh twist on the RTS genre. All in all, Champions of the Cosmos is a promising demo that shows real potential. If you're into retro vibes and inventive strategy, give it a shot. Light of Coca takes you on a gentle, heartwarming journey that feels as much like a storybook as it does a puzzle platformer. You play as a tiny, star-shaped feline named Coca, and her most endearing trait is her voice, soft, angelic meows that coax your butterfly companions into action. Those fluttering friends become essential, opening doors, activating totems, and even lifting objects, making every puzzle feel like a cooperative dance between player and pet. The game's world is beautifully crafted, with hand-drawn illustrations and cinematic cutscenes that slowly unveil a tale of love, loneliness, and determination. Each level is a new chapter, and the music, thoughtfully composed, shifts with the mood, guiding you through triumphs and setbacks alike. What really sets Light of Coca apart is its care for the butterflies. They're not just tools, they're characters you can heal, protect, and nurture. Mistakes are forgiven because Coca's meows can heal and calm, encouraging you to experiment without fear. The shadows add a subtle tension, evil creatures lurk, forcing you to hide or dash, but the narrative's optimism keeps you moving forward. In short, Light of Coca is a charming, emotionally resonant puzzle platformer that balances sweet storytelling with engaging mechanics. If you're looking for a game that feels like a warm hug, this is the one. The lunar rover isn't just another space sim. It's a quiet, methodical mission to make the moon a home. From the start, you're handed a lonely rover, stripped of the usual flashy polish, and the job is clear: harvest resources, lay groundwork, and keep a fragile human crew safe. What makes this game stand out is its focus on realism. The developers pulled from the Australian Rover Challenge and partnered with the Andy Thomas Centre, the University of Adelaide, and Flinders University to nail the physics and logistics you'd expect from an actual lunar mission. Every tool you use feels earned, every rock you mine has a purpose. The game offers both first-person and third-person perspectives, letting you switch between the Hansen feel of a rover operator and the broader view of the lunar landscape. The level design is generous, with a sprawling, imported scan of the moon that feels both fast and detailed. It's easy to get lost in the dust-filled craters and hidden resource veins, but the game keeps you grounded with clear objectives and a steady progression of technology upgrades. Customizing your rover, choosing engines, armaments, and storage adds a layer of strategy that keeps the gameplay fresh. The biggest drawback is its pacing. The tasks can feel tedious, especially when you're grinding out a single resource to unlock the next piece of equipment. However, the sense of accomplishment after each successful haul makes the grind worthwhile. If you enjoy methodical, science-driven gameplay and don't mind a slower tempo, this is a solid pick. It may not be a blockbuster, but it's a thoughtful, well-crafted tribute to the real work of making space habitable. Battlesmiths. Blade & Forge is finally on Steam, and it's a blast from a universe where 1 million heroes have already carved their names into legend. From the get-go, you're not just a player, you're a forge master. Every sword you hammer, every piece of armor you enchant, literally shapes how your heroes look and fight. That's the heart of the game. Craft, customize, then watch your squad unleash chaos in both PvP and PvE battles. The town building side is solid too. Expand your smithy, unlock new crafting options, and keep your base humming. Protect it, because the bigger the town, the stronger your arsenal. And when you're ready to go out, assemble a team of heroes, tweak their gear and runic abilities, and dive into semi-automatic battles that reward smart preparation and sharp tactics. Each loadout changes movement, damage, and attack speed. No two squads are alike. Clans add another layer of depth. Join forces, tackle massive bosses, and share resources to grow together. Daily quests and regular events keep the grind fresh, always giving you a new goal to chase. And the best part? All of this runs flawlessly on Steam, delivering the full experience without compromise. So if you're craving a game that blends deep crafting, tactical combat, and community-driven challenges, set your sights on Battlesmiths, Blade and Forge. It's time to pick up that hammer, forge your legend, and prove you're the mightiest battlesmith in the realm. Welcome to the year 2999, where humanity has carved out a foothold on the moon and beyond. In Moon 2999, you step into the boots of a commander tasked with building and running a lunar base while juggling the chaos of interplanetary politics and alien threats. The core of the game is a deep blend of base building and resource management. You construct command centers, production plants, and research labs, then upgrade them to keep your colony humming. But it's not just about paperwork. Every building unlocks new units, and every unit can be customized and leveled up, adding a satisfying RPG layer to the strategy. Missions are where the game truly shines. Whether you're hunting bounties, fighting faction skirmishes, or taking on the notorious Crag aliens, each encounter feels distinct. The real-time or turn-based combat gives you tactical flexibility, and the Coop mode lets friends dive into the chaos together. PvP is a standout feature, pitting your base against rival commanders in high-stakes battles that test both your strategic planning and on-the-spot decision-making. The alien war on Mars and the constant political tensions add a narrative weight that keeps the gameplay from feeling like a flat sandbox. Overall, Moon 2999 delivers a rich, multifaceted experience that rewards careful planning, creative unit builds, and daring frontline tactics. If you love managing a space colony while battling foes from every corner of the solar system, this title will keep you hooked for hours.
Explore for rewards.
Idle Pixel Fantasy turns the classic clicker into a pixel-packed, layer-by-layer adventure. From the humble village of peasants and cooks, you'll recruit a growing army of helpers, humans, animals, and a rainbow of fantasy creatures, all of whom automatically mine gold and crystals for you. Each new layer unlocks fresh themes, new units, and fresh synergies. Picture peasants spawning chests, knights smashing them, goblins scavenging crystals, and necromancers powering skeletons. The visual progression from rocky mines to icy realms to a blazing volcano feels like a true journey. What sets this idle game apart is its clever synergy system. Units don't just churn out resources, they interact in ways that feel like a living ecosystem. The pixel art is charming and lovingly animated, keeping the aesthetic light and engaging. And the best part? Your progress is saved automatically, so you can step away and return to a thriving empire. The ultimate payoff is the final layer where a dragon awaits. To bring it down, you'll need to stack your strongest units and fine-tune your strategy. Steam achievements add an extra layer of motivation, nudging you to experiment and conquer. If you're looking for a relaxed, addictive idle experience that still rewards thoughtful planning, Idle Pixel Fantasy delivers a satisfying, layered grind that's hard to put down. Hey there, gamers and romance seekers. Today we're diving into the sticky, sweet world of Spread the Love, the dating sim that thinks your heart beats to the rhythm of jam. Right off the bat, the premise feels like a tongue-in-cheek parody of personality quizzes, but is actually surprisingly fun. You start by customizing your avatar and taking a quirky quiz that assigns you one of 12 jam flavors: blueberry, peach, mango, you name it. Each jam type unlocks a different dating path, and the developers have thrown in enough variety to keep you guessing. The game's interface is a charming little desktop with 7 apps you can explore, from a boba shop manager to a sarcastic coder. Minigames pepper the first date, forcing you to juggle conversation, humor, and a few sticky obstacles. It's a neat way to break up the usual talk-to-everyone routine and add a layer of strategy. What really stands out is the cast. From the Clippard-obsessed boba lady who'll gaslight you just enough to keep you hydrated to the brooding designer who speaks in European art house vibes, each character feels oddly memorable. The humor is lighthearted, and the soundtrack, think indie pop meets Jam Factory, keeps the vibe upbeat. If you're looking for a dating sim that's a little offbeat and a lot of fun, Spread the Love delivers. It's not the deepest romance engine out there, but its quirky charm and sticky minigames make for a sweet, quick escape. So grab a jar, take the quiz, and let your love life spread. PropWiz throws you into a wild, multiplayer hide-and-seek frenzy where the goal is simple. Find the hidden props and outsmart your friends. Every round feels fresh because you can tap into unique abilities, dash, cloak, or even throw a distraction to slip past opponents. Scoring is everything, so every prop you snag earns you points and moves you closer to victory. But watch your aim. A misfire on the wrong target can cost you dearly, especially when the game's disguised identity mode forces you to blend in or stand out. The Golden Gun is a game changer, letting you swing the tide in a heartbeat. With 5 distinct maps, each offering its own vibe, PropWiz keeps the action unpredictable and the laughs rolling. If you love chaotic, strategy-packed party games, this is the one to grab. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit that like button and consider subscribing so you won't miss any of our upcoming updates. See you next time.